What's up, y'all? Kyle here. You're watching Drivin and Vibin. Today I'm sharing 11 of the best Moab camping sites we know of, ranging from free to expensive and off-grid to full hookups, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Thank you so much for being here today. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button because we are always putting out new content about the best camping across America. And today is all about Moab. Moab is a place that my wife and I love. We hope to one day get a sticks and bricks somewhere within a 100-mile radius from there. But until then, we will be camping at either their free campsites, their national parks, or hey, the RV resorts there too. So on this list of 11 today, we will include all of the above. And if you ever want to reference this list we're talking about, I have the GPS coordinates, the prices, and all the info we mentioned here today on the video in an article below. And each campsite mentioned has a specific Moab camping vibes rating. It comes from a very complex algorithm of location, amenities, and the overall vibe. Scale of 1 to 10, let's jump in. We'll start it out today with Archview RV Resort. This is one that we stayed at in the middle of the summertime a few years ago, and it is a great RV park if you're wanting to get that full hookup vibe and actually have a view of the arches from the RV park. I don't think there's any other RV park in Moab where you can view the arches from. So the ideal camper for this site is family of RVers, vacationing RVers. This isn't so much for the adventure explorers, but if you just want the amenities of full hookups, a pool, playground, splash pads, cabins, they have it all. Now, this RV park might not be for you if you're an outdoor enthusiast and you want quick and easy access to all the trails and activities Moab offers. Archview RV Resort gets a Moab camping vibes score of 6.5 out of 10. It gets a lot of credit for having a view of an arch. I give it to them for that. But otherwise, you know, standard RV resort style of camping might not be for everyone. 6.5, not too bad. Let's move on. Next up is Big Bend BLM Campground. This is just an awesome BLM site on the northeast part of town, located right on the Colorado River. Most BLM campsites across America are free, but this one actually costs money. I think it's about 20 bucks a night. This campsite is ideal for tent campers, van campers, truck campers, or if you have a small travel trailer or RV. If you have a big rig, I don't think you're gonna be able to get into the Big Bend campground in Moab. Some of the best things that you'll love about this campground is that all the spots are super private. Some of the sites are right up on the Colorado River, and there's access to bike trails and hiking trails from the park or immediately outside the park. Now, you might not like this site if you love cell connectivity, because this site has absolutely no cell connectivity whenever we were there. Things might have changed, but man, I doubt it. Overall, Big Bend Campground gets a Moab camping vibe score of 8.5. Awesome site. Next up on the list is Lower Gemini Bridges BLM. This is a BLM site in Moab that is free and off-grid, so that's pretty awesome because free camping is always a cherished thing. Now, this is ideal for a 4x4 truck camper. The access is not very easy to this site, so I wouldn't recommend trying to take a rig down there or anything really other than a 4x4 vehicle that has a lot of clearance. So most of you RVers, I think probably this one is out of the question. You'll love it if you love adventure. You'll love this site if getting off-grid is really what you're all about. And you might not like this site if you can't access it. And I think most people probably can't access this with their RV or even their just car if you're doing some tent camping. Gemini Bridges does get a Moab camping vibe score of 6.0. Despite being way off grid and having no cell connectivity, it really represents what Moab's all about. Next up on the list, CANYONLANDS RV Resort and Campground. This is a pretty unique campground. It's located right downtown. You can walk to downtown Moab. I think it's probably within a block or two from the entryway of this RV park. And not to mention, it's one of the only places in Moab where there are so many mature trees. So this would be ideal for, you know, an RVer, Class B, Class A, Class C, travel trailer, standard RV camping. And I think they have some cabins there too. But if you're not doing the RV camping thing, then this site's probably not going to work for you, and it's going to be a little expensive. Canyonlands RV Resort gets a 7 on the Moab Camping Vibes list. You know what? It's not anything to do with the RV park, but the proximity to downtown Moab. And don't just think that Moab downtown is a boring place. It's super lively. There's so many good places to eat and drink there. So if you want to not just get those national park vibes, but you also want to get a little nightlife, you can stay at Canyonlands. Next up is Willow Springs Trail Dispersed Camping in Moab, another free campsite. And this one is a little bit easier to access than the last one I talked about. It's still going to be limited in space about how many rigs can fit there, but it seems like larger rigs can definitely fit there. And you'll love it because it's free. It's close to the national parks. If you have solar, it'll give you an awesome opportunity to test it out because there's going to be nothing that obstructs the panels from the sun. So you can give your solar panels a good test at this site. You might not like it again if you want to have some hookups because nothing's here. But if you're a tent camper, car camper, RVer, and you don't mind not being connected to that electrical plug, Willow Springs Trail seems like it'd be a good spot for you. The Moab Camping Vibe scores for Willow Springs, like the last one, it gets 7 points. Solid campsite, especially if you love free and you love to be in an area close to all the things Moab has to offer. Next up, Goose Island Campground. This is BLM. Again, it's on the northeast side of town, right on the Colorado River. Half the sites on this campground are right on the river, so you have waterfront access from your site. Awesome. One of the bummers about this site is that first come first serve, so you might be a little challenged to find an available site once you get there. This spot is ideal for tents, cars, small trailers, small RVs. You don't want to push it with this one though, because a large rig I don't think was going to fit in there with any sort of ease. At 15 bucks a night, it's still pretty cheap, so you probably love that price in Moab too. Reasons you might not like it: because you need those hookups. It always goes back to the hookups. If you're wanting a hookup, this site is not for you, but that is a total bummer because this site is amazing, which makes me give it a Camping Vibes Moab score of 9, the highest yet so far. And I have to say it's worth every bit of that ranking. Next up, Moab KOA. This campground offers all types of sites: RVs, tents, cabins. They have a pool, they have good amenities. It's pretty close to downtown, so Moab KOA has always been a go-to for us whenever we get into Moab and we need some hookups. The ideal traveler, I would say, would be the family RVer, but any sort of traveler can stay there. And you'll love Moab KOA if you love hookups, if you love a pool, if you love activities for your kids to do, if you love dog-friendly RV parks. Moab KOA kind of checks all those boxes. And you won't like it if you want to be in touch with nature and if you're an adventurer. There's not great access to any trails from the Moab KOA. You kind of got to drive to any adventure you do. And whenever you step outside your door or your tent, you're still gonna see so many other campers around you. So if you're looking for a secluded spot or you're looking for a place where you can easily access outdoor activities, Moab KOA, you might not like it. With all that said, it gets a Moab Camping Vibe score of 6. Solid, good campsite. Next up is another federal site, and it's Dinks Canyon Campground. This is a site with no amenities, no hookups. Costs 15 bucks a night, but it's gonna give you an awesome canyon view. You'll be situated inside canyon walls, so it's ideal for those wanting to get off grid. I think it'd be good for any sort of RV or trailer with a little bit of high clearance. You might not like the site if you like cell connectivity. It's another one of those sites, and I think, you know, being tied to your cell phone when you're camping is a bummer, but also if you can't make that emergency phone call, that would kind of be a bummer too. So I get both sides of it. Olivia and I usually like to have at least the texting ability or the calling ability whenever we're out camping in BLM land, and it gets a Moab camping vibe score of 7.5. Next up is a free camping spot, and that is BLM 143 Moab camping. This is on the outside of town, pretty far away from the action, but the upside is that it is some of the best boondocking vibes that you can get in Moab. So I would say it's ideal for RVs, travel trailers, really any type of camper that's self-enclosed, because you're not going to have many amenities out there, but tents and cars would be fine out there too. And you'll love it if you love off-grid camping. If you love off-grid camping with internet connectivity, it does have that. And really, if you just want to get out in wide open spaces and enjoy your travel community, you'll really like this site. Now, you won't like it if you want to be in the heart of the action, if you're going to Moab to do all the touristy things, which is perfectly fine. We've done that so many times before. We like being in the heart of the action, but this site will take you out of that and put you kind of farther away from everything. But because it really encapsulates everything that's awesome about Moab, this site gets a Moab camping vibe score of 9.0. Another super high one because it's quiet, great scenery, great cell connectivity, probably one of the best boondocking spots in Moab. Last but not least, number 11 on the list is Under Canvas Moab. This is pretty interesting. It's kind of like this glamping sort of deal. They have expedition tents you can camp in. They really gear their service not only towards camping, but kind of towards curating your adventure. So it's ideal for those who aren't afraid to spend a little bit of money to save them some time and give them an awesome experience. You might not like it if you want to curate your own adventure and you want to save some money. So I can definitely see how it's not for everyone. It gets a Moab camping vibe score of 8.5. Seems a little high maybe off the bat, but I think that the Under Canvas brand really represents what Moab is, and that is outdoor adventure with easy access. Not sponsored by them or any of these today, but I did find Under Canvas to be kind of interesting. So if I left a campground off this list, please let me know in the comments. Like I said, Olivia and I love Moab, and we do not want to miss any of the awesome campsites there. So leave a comment below. All right guys, see y'all next time. Later on.